Part 2 of Cobocop's custom Street Fighter Guile project, along with a bunch of bonuses, as you can see on the screen here. I want to say in this video I'm going to be testing out a new audio method. For the first half of the video, I'm going to be using my Bluetooth trucker headset. I'm going to see if it's good for making videos. For the second half, I'm going to go ahead and switch to that lapel mic and see which one sounds better. If you guys want to leave a comment, tell me which one you prefer. For this custom Guile, the first video was just a brainstorming, kind of putting parts together and showing you my ideas, what I was thinking about putting together and stuff. This is going to be part 2, where I'm kind of halfway done. I'm kind of more than halfway done here, along with some other projects I'm going to show you really quick. If you've been following my channel, you know, with the very few videos I have, you've already seen my Mr. T custom project video, which I released like part 1, 2, and 3 with that. That was a pretty intensive study on how I was going to make that. So last night I was fiddling around with my extra parts and my extra stock, and as I do, trying to list some of it on eBay to fund the hobby. I had this, geez, I already forgot his name, Adam something from AEW body that I got at Ross. And I happen to have this this coat, which came from a WWE Elite figure. I think it was, oh geez, I forgot his names. So this is Big Boa's body that I used for Guile, and I was like, okay, I got to get these parts out of my box here. And I saw somebody on Facebook make Big Boa's civilian head into a bouncer. They put him in like a business suit body. So I had this body from the AEW figure that I found at Ross cheap, and I wanted to get him for the cans that he came with. I can show you those real quick. He came with like a bunch of 1/12, 1/10 scale like cans and glasses, which are nice for dioramas. The body's actually looking pretty good for a simple figure. I added a shade wash to the pants. This is Citadel shade, blue shade. I forgot the name of it. And the boots as well. They were very simple color. I added a shade to those, a brown shade. The hands I added shade to. Actually, I painted to match. So that was what spawned me unintentionally, unplanned, working on my Guile custom, is because I made this guy to get rid of parts. And while I had to mix the paint for the neck and the hands to match his face, I said, geez, well that's the Big Boa body color, so I might as well use this paint that I mixed already. Which is not easy to come by paint. I use Model Master, the best acrylic, which you can't find anymore. Model Master acrylic, and I happened to stock up on a bunch of skin tone base of those before you couldn't find them anywhere. As you can see, I add a little bit of detail to Big Boa's face with shade. Added some gloss to his teeth and his eyes. Added some gloss to these sunglasses, which came from Six. I dremeled out, not dremeled, but hand drilled out, like routed out spaces underneath his hair. It's kind of noticeable without the glasses on, but I had to make like divots and then smooth it, sand it out, polish it out so that you wouldn't notice the sanding and the dremeling. But his sunglasses fit perfect now. So he's going to be going up for sale on my eBay page right after this video, right after I make this video. You know, kind of a simple custom. He's pretty badass for a simple custom though. He could be either like a pimp or a bouncer, you know, at a country bar. So, cool little quick kit bash. Then I started working on the mother project here. So, right away I went to his face and used that paint that I made for Big Boa's hands and neck for his face. And I happen to have a new toy. It's a really goofy magnifying head harness thing, like the old man from Toy Story uses. So like I guess I'm an old man now because I have to use magnifying lens to really look at things. Luckily, you know, the magic of Model Master's Testner's Model Master, which does not show brush strokes. You thin it out just to where it kind of flows and you don't see brush strokes. It kind of smooths out by itself as you put it on. And I used a really fine like manicure brush to paint around the eyes. The eyes are intact. Those are the original paint. Let me get this in here. Those are the original paint on the eyes, and I painted all around, so you don't see an inch of the old paint on it. I can pop it off here. So underneath there, you can kind of see the old paint right there. And then when I'm testing color for matching, I always paint the underside of the chin to see if I got the right color going on. So while I got this off, I'll show you the hair. I also happen to have this yellow. Amazingly enough, the paint that I had left over from my custom Duke shirt, I painted his shirt, was the perfect color for this. And that was like 2 years ago that I made that custom, and the Model Master still held up. All I had to do was add some thinner, add some flow to it, mix it up. It's amazing paint. And so there's a debate online. Does Guile have eyebrows? I don't know if you guys seen that, but I interpret it as if it's the realistic version that his eyebrows are there, but they're so light that you can't see them. So that's what I did. And if you zoom out, you can barely notice he has eyebrows with the shade and everything. So that's the most realistic way to do it. So I went over and highlighted his hair a little bit, brightened it up because the soda color was kind of dim. I went through and painted his whole body, and that is a pain in the ass because not only like does it take maybe like 2 or 3 layers of paint and then like 2 or 3 layers of shade wash, but I probably am not going to even see any of half of this shirt, half of this chest after I put the shirt on. So, but I felt like I needed the practice, and I kind of like, you know, the results of this method. It's kind of like a cheater's way of painting shade if you're not extremely talented or don't want to go through the time to paint every single muscle. The shade wash works really good for cheating, and you can use a magic sponge to clean up the highlights, and as you're working, use either a wet magic sponge or a wet brush. You use a wet brush on one hand or one finger, and you use the shade wash on the other, and then you just go in with a shade, and then you brush with the wet brush, and you kind of take a little bit off, and that's how you go along. The hands, he's going to have 2 extra sets of hands. I got these from a 6-figure X-Pac figure, and these are also from an X-Pac figure, and they fit in his ports perfectly. I also shaved out his bracers. He had bracelets there. You can kind of still see the mark there where he had bracelets on, but it's not that noticeable. It's not bothering me much. I sanded it down pretty much as good as I can and painted over it. So he's good there. That's pretty much done. So these pants are from an X-Pac figure. I'm going to tuck in the lower part of these into the joint where his leg meets his boot by a swivel here. And I'm probably going to shave out some of the plastic here and cut this and like glue it to the inside of there. And then I'm going to have to take these boots and paint them with brown highlights, like leather dark brown highlights, just like, you know, Guile has. I'm debating on whether to change these wrestling style boots to add sculpt and make them raised platform like work boots or military boots. If you guys think that's necessary, let me know. If you think it's fine as is, let me know. I don't know, I'm feeling kind of lazy on it. I don't want to mess with all the sculpt I've already done. You know, you think it's always, you think a custom is going to come out simple, and then there's all these extra steps you didn't factor in when you had your idea. For the cod piece, I'm going to remove this outer cod piece diaper, and I'm going to cut off everything except the belt. Then I'm going to turn around the belt, and this will be the front. And then I'm going to paint the red parts leather brown. And then I'm going to take the cuff of this and not glue it to this belt, but probably glue it to the top of that waist piece that's underneath this diaper. Using the lapel mic now, so if you notice a difference, make a comment and let me know if it's better or worse or the same or whatever. Just want to mention this is the effect piece that I'm going to use. This piece came from the 5-pack. That was a Rosscon exclusive of Marvel Legends that came with Strife and some other guys. Great effect piece for a spinning kick. So get the idea what that's going to look like. Something like, you know, by the way, the whole reason why I'm doing this custom is to get the articulation and the realistic proportioning, you know. Something like that. And, you know, I'm going to carve it up. I'm probably going to stop it right here so that I can pose him doing the spin kick like that. And then the rest of this extra extra piece, I'm going to carve out some sonic booms with that and use some plastic cement to put that together somehow. But nice piece there. I'm glad I saved it. Onto a couple of little odds and ends. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna start a new segment here. Come here, Bazooka. You need to kick off this this new part of my videos. It's time for this video's comment fodder question. So the question is, figurerealm.com. How many of you guys have heard of that website, and how many of you guys still go there? Is it still feasible as a place to share customs? Because I remember back in the day before social media kind of took over sharing the hobby, it was Figure Realm, where the place that you want to go to share your custom action figures. Back when, man, before Marvel Legends got hot, before, well, right around when they got hot, back in the 2000s, late 2000s, and Star Wars was still huge in the custom scene, and like, there was a guy named Jin Satome. I'll never forget. He was like one of the best artists, and people would pay like hundreds and hundreds of dollars for his customs because he would sculpt everything really smoothly and paint with airbrush and get everything looking perfect. And figurerealm.com. So, do you guys ever go there anymore? Have you ever shared there anymore? Comment below. Tell your story about figurerealm.com. What's the last custom you shared there? When's the last time you visited the website? Bazooka, who just introduced the comment fodder question, is just the regular classified Tiger Force version, but this shirt came from the Power Rangers putty. What are they called? Putties? I don't know. I don't watch Power Rangers, but they're showing up at Ross right now. I got a putty cheap with a bunch of accessories and a bunch of parts in it. This soft goods jersey came with it. I know that soft goods jerseys are not not a good thing for a lot of people out there. That most people in 1/12 scale just do not like any kind of soft goods except for a cape, which is completely understandable. I get where they're coming from. For me, I kind of prefer a soft goods here and there if it hides joints and if it form fits well enough. So Bazooka, I picture to be like a big husky guy, and I wouldn't see him like wearing anything tight. The only thing though, I didn't have time to boil and pop and like tuck this shirt in. Yeah, I do need to tuck this shirt in because he's got like a farm boy Luke thing going on right now with that belt over it. So I need to tuck that in, and I think I'm going to keep this shirt on him. And I know that the original number that came with Bazooka, I think is 17 under this, but it's specific to his story and his character, but really it's not that big of a deal, and I don't care that much about that kind of deep lore with G.I. Joe. What I like more is to have this soft goods shirt, you know, to make it look more like a luxury action figure. The straps came from Commander Rogers, and they're still available at Ollie's. And with that 40% sale, go run to your Ollie's and get Commander Rogers just for these straps alone. I'm going to quick look here at this Duke. If you guys want me to do a full video review of this Duke, throw a comment and let me know. This is a fully customized Duke from the Duke version 1, or the Redeco. It's fully painted. This is the yellow paint that I had left over. I made him a few years ago. I never got around to making a full video review of him. I posted him, I think, on my Facebook page a couple times. But yeah, he's pretty badass. I'm very happy with how he came out. And then they came out with a retro Duke, and I'm thinking about one day upgrading. This is a slide decal, by the way. I have more of those, and I am going to put that same slide decal on Guile's arms, on his shoulders. From Bad Mother Customs and Tattoos. He's the GOAT. So yeah, if you guys want me to do a full video review talking about this guy, I can. Let me know. I post these things on Facebook quite a bit in the groups. Facebook is strange because I will post the dumbest shit, just a shit post, and like you can come up with some of the dumbest things off the dome and like post it there, and it will get like 100 likes. The dumber the better, and or joke or whatever. And then you post a custom work like this that took me, geez, I wasn't planning on working this, and then I started it, and I was up to like 4 o'clock in the morning last night just finishing because I didn't want this paint to go to waste, and I had to finish using it, or it would, you know, I would never get to it again, and I'd have to remix the paint, and I'd be discouraged by having to remix the paint and everything. So spent all that labor on this thing, and you know, I'm finally doing something that I've created my page to do, and that I'm really like making my videos for. And it gets like maybe 2-3 likes, and it doesn't even get looked at. You know, it's a shame. I don't know what's going on with that. Is it bad? Is my work bad, or is it just that the way that
the bots and the algorithm on Facebook works, like nobody sees things like that? Or is it that just people don't want to see artwork? They don't want to see things that people are proud of or done or did work on. Is my work bad? I don't know. So leave me a comment. Yeah, I know that some people are going to say the shading makes it look dirty. I've heard that many times. That's a preference to me. I kind of like this type of shading. It's fine on me as long as it's not black. It's a flesh tone. So I completely understand where you're coming from if you don't like this kind of shading. Leave your comment below. Watch for thanks for watching, and as usual, you know what I say, subscribe if you want to, and have a great day. Happy holidays.